My name's Janice Kurkoski, and I help to organize the Portal to the Future, which includes the talks in the Renewable Energy tent, which used to be all about renewable energy 10, 12 years ago, but now we include things like, we call it local living or local livelihood, skilling up for self-resilience. My husband and I have been part of the festival since 2008. We met Ricky at an Earth Day event in Amherst, Ricky Baruch, and he said, the Garlic and Arts Festival could use a little renewable energy. Would you like to join us as organizers and put that together? And we said, sure. How hard could that be? But I have to say, my favorite part of the festival is actually putting it together and taking it down on Monday, but physically putting it together and meeting every month with the other organizers over food, really good food, by the way, and strategizing with people very informally, but people who get it, who feel the way I do about the way we need to live on this earth right now, especially, and how to treat each other. So it's great being planning an event like this and being with people like that. It's so uplifting. So this year is a little different, and I know that some of us were planning on having a reduced festival. I wasn't sure how that was going to happen, so I volunteered to take some of it online, which isn't my forte, but there's other organizers that can help with that, and people outside of this community, but still, it's a way to keep the community going and share the information that we've been privy to all year. Whatever excites us, maybe we'll put that out there and people can follow those links to some older presentations, or we're going to put up a YouTube page where we can perhaps record the presentations that happen in the renewable energy tent in the years to come, and people who want to watch the garlic eating contest or listen to the great music or the poetry or the chef demos and they don't have time to go to the tent, they can see those presentations at their own leisure. So this has given us an opportunity to put a festival together that's accessible online anytime. I mean, I know it's not the same. And what I really miss is the face-to-face meetings and contact and planning and like I said, the putting together of the festival, the three-dimensional part of the festival. I miss that. I'm coping. I hope all our other festival goers are coping. This festival's put together, has always been put together by, I think there's a group of a dozen or 15 core volunteers. Everybody has their own aspect of the festival. Like I said, my husband and I, well, mostly me, do the Portal to the Future. My husband is the electrician on site who runs cords all over the place to the trees to energize the main stage, for example, the bowl turners, whatever we need electricity for. So that's his role in the festival. But we've got a food vendor organizer, the spoken word organizer, the people who organize volunteers during the festival, and then other people who do social media and artists and jewelry. I mean, it's amazing. And then there's the event where I don't even know how many volunteers we have during the festival. I do know that some of them are assigned. The bread oven, there's 2 volunteers that cook wonderful things in the bread oven during the festival. They're not for sale, these little things, but they bake those things, and they have volunteers deliver them to the organizers who are totally obsessed and and working full-time, again for free. But we need to get fed, and suddenly a volunteer will appear with a basket of beautiful little calzones or things. It's like manna from heaven. Anyway, so I guess that's not exactly 100% volunteer, and we are getting paid, but we're getting paid in love and food and whatever. Well, there's usually something that happens during, before, not usually after, but that creates challenges for us. If it isn't rain, it's drought. And there was one time I remember we've had some amazing presenters in the renewable energy tent for years now, and very often it's the same person, Peter Talmadge. And there was one time where he was scheduled to talk, and about an hour before his schedule, I usually email people, saying, hey, you're on, don't forget, let me know you're still there and you're coming. And I didn't need to hear back from Peter, but someone told me about an hour before his talk was scheduled that he had had an accident in upstate New York and he was in a coma, he wouldn't be coming. And it hit me like a brick because we know Peter as a friend, and so covering his talk wasn't difficult. There was someone that we knew that could cover that day, and so Peter did. He would come at every. He was still even. He passed away a year ago, about a year and a half ago. He did come out of the coma that Sunday, and he recovered almost completely, and he would still come to the festival. Every year I would say, Peter, I don't want to hit on you again, but would you like to give a talk on? And oh, sure. He said, in fact, I'll come for the weekend with my trike or my elf, and he'd pedal it up here from Amherst, and he'd stay all weekend, and he would just stand there in the hot sun and talk to people. And I was like, Peter, you like this? He says, yeah, I love this festival. I'm like, oh, geez. So it was great. It was wonderful. And Peter's spirit lives on at this festival and all over. He's made many videos, which we're going to feature this year online. They've been recorded. You can go visit, his window inserts and energy efficiency. He could talk on wind power, solar hot water, engineer. He was brilliant and practical at the same time. Let me just talk a little bit about North Quabbin Energy. I made it sound like it's me alone that puts the portal to the future together. That's not true. I'm part of a group called North Quabbin Energy, and basically we're an informal group. Our motto is this trilogy: conservation, efficiency, and renewables. So we've been working with our town, and we've been either forming our town energy committees in the North Quabbin area or following up with each other, once every few months on what we should be doing, what our theme would be every year in the portal to the future. So we have a booth, and we try to tell people about Mass Save and the energy efficiency programs that are available to them. We talk about electricity, where it comes from, try to build awareness so that people can understand that they're not powerless when it comes to energy and energy conservation. Like, sure, the power companies set the prices for electricity and oil, but we don't have to use it. If we knew where it was all going in our own homes, we could stop the waste. It's North Quabbin Energy that I feel like I represent and I work with to put the talks together in the renewable energy local living tent and come up with a theme and get festival goers to at least just think about it. So, and climate change.